This morning we are talking about volunteer opportunities through UP Home Health and Hospice. We have Corey and Leslie joining us to talk all about it. Thank you two for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes, and so I guess first of all, before we go into the event that you have coming up, what do hospice volunteers mean to your guys' organization?
Hospice was originally founded as mostly a volunteer organization. You know, it's relatively new that we have the skilled and qualified caregivers and nurses and everything that works around. Hospice back in the day was meant to be neighbors taking care of neighbors, family taking care of family. And so volunteers are very important and integral to the hospice mission because they provide such an important respite for family members. And so having qualified hospice volunteers come and help our organization is just amazingly fulfilling for them and very, very helpful for us.
Definitely. And so what would if somebody was interested in being a hospice volunteer, what would an average volunteer shift look like for them?
Well, it's usually about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, or as however long the patient is in need of some care or companionship. And it's usually at their home or their residence, like a skilled nurse facility or like a assisted living facility.
And so do they go there and sit down and talk with them? Is it kind of like that, just, you know, spending time with them? How does that work?
It will primarily be, especially for those that are trained in inpatient care, we call it, even though there's not necessarily a lot of care that goes in. We do leave that to our nurses and our home care aides. So it's primarily companionship. You know, we have a lot of people get a little worried about the idea of being a hospice volunteer because they're not entirely sure what it entails. But it's important for us to let people know that some patients are in our care for years. They are you know, healthy, they are active, they are talkative. Maybe they have stories left that they want to tell. Maybe they just want, you know, somebody there to kind of sit with them, play some cribbage, or do whatever. And sometimes it just is helpful too because it allows the family member to make a grocery store run, to do whatever they need if they're not necessarily comfortable leaving their loved one alone.
Right, yeah. And so you guys have a volunteer orientation coming up on the 21st of June. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that runs from 9 to 2 p.m. And that is just some training, family dynamics, learning about HIPAA, that sort of thing, and just some scenarios as to if anything should occur, here's what we do.
Okay, yeah, and so is this more for people who are gung-ho, yes, I'm going to do this, or can people who maybe aren't sure if they want to do something like this learn more about it?
Well, they can call me or us at 906-485-4545, and I can get more information to them, but this is an orientation training.
Okay, yeah, definitely, and you have to register for it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a registration deadline or anything like that, or is it up until the event?
Probably the Friday before, because this is held on a Saturday, so we'll provide refreshments for lunch, for breakfast and lunch. So if people can give us a call even up until that Friday before, that's usually when our office will be there to kind of take those registrations. If you, for some reason, miss it, and and you're saying, oh gosh, I really wanted to do that, but I am out of town on the 21st, always call us, and Leslie coordinates these, as needed as we have volunteers who are interested, or she can always do it individually as well.
Excellent, yeah. Is there anything else you two would like to add that you think people should know about?
I think it's just really important to know. I mean, I was a hospice volunteer in high school, and I just think it's important for people to know how fulfilling it can be. If you're maybe retired and still have some work years left in you, but you don't want to have to worry about that 40-hour paycheck. If you're in college and you have time during the summer that you want to be able to spend essentially making new friends, please give us a call and talk us through it. If you're not comfortable, we have other opportunities for volunteerism that you can do, and we've had some folks start with those and then work their way into patient care, more project specific. So when in doubt, just call, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
Excellent. Thank you both so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and we will be right back with more My UP Mornings after the break.